All right, so check this out. This is one thing that I haven't been able to say in a very long time. Look at all behind me. We've got 2 rows of cars out here. I've got my front line filled up. I've got the front side over here in front of my building that's filled up, and I've actually got some cars that we're still working on back here in Recon. We got cars taken pictures of right now to get posted. We are, as far as inventory goes, we're really rolling right now, and it's been not like that over the last 3 or 4 months. We've been really struggling to actually find inventory for our car lot, and here's the thing. What we're able to do right now is a product of other car dealers that aren't able to buy a lot of vehicles right now. A lot of other car dealers, what I'm hearing from a lot of them, they're very slow. So what that means is a lot better prices for us at the auctions. So myself, Alex, my mechanic who goes and buys cars for me at these auctions, we're able to go and pretty much if there's stuff that we typically have, these examples, some of these Jeeps, some of the older Hondas, older Toyotas that we're able to traditionally keep on our lot, well, those things are going cheap enough now that we're able to just go in there and buy them. It hasn't been like that over the past 6 months or so. Now it's getting back to that, and it's a good time for that too, because we got load up season for my car dealership right around the corner. So right now here at my car dealership, we have the luxury of actually being able to be proactive, whereas most other car dealers are reactive, and it all stems from them being put between a rock and a hard place because of credit, because of leverage, because of debt that they're actually taking on to borrow money to get the inventory that they need for their car lot. And here's the thing, so that means that instead of being able to load up for a busier time during the year, whenever car dealers get or able to sell a lot more cars, well, what they have to do is they have to wait till they sell cars, then they can buy cars, then they can sell some more cars, then they can buy cars, because they have restraints on their credit limits, or they have restraints on the actual lot size that they're putting their vehicles on. See, both of those things I don't have to deal with, so I can be proactive in how I handle my inventory. See, there's phases that go through the car market specifically for car dealers like myself who sell cars that are $5,000 and under, and I'll even take it to the next step, car dealers that sell cars that are $10,000 and under. And what it's called is tax time. Is when people get their tax refunds, and that comes around February, beginning of March. But you have to be proactive in this car market to be able to get ahead of it, so you have enough inventory. Because if you wait till other car dealers are also busy, well, guess what? You have to pay crazy prices for vehicles because all these other car dealers that are reactive, they have to wait to sell the cars, then they can rush to the auction and buy them, and all of them do that at the exact same time. All right, check this one out. It's a 2011 Kia Soul. It doesn't have stickers on it yet because we just put it out. So they just haven't got to it yet. But it's a 2011 Kia Soul. We paid $2,100 for it. Got $240 in a buyer fee. Got right at $2,400 after everything's said and done. And they've already got a price written on here. So it's going to be $3,500 is what they're going to initially price it out. Now I know when I usually talk about a pricing, I say we try to make roughly like a $1,500, hit a home run right when we initially price. But Nate and I have actually had quite a few conversations with the economy where it's at, with us being having a harder time selling stuff that's a little bit more expensive. We've become more aggressive on our pricing. It's probably one of the reasons why we had such a good month last month, is because right out of the gate, we're not trying to really hit that $1,500. We're rounding down, and it would be the case. And sometimes if we would try to get that $1,500, and then we would round up after that. Then it would be that we were making like $1,600, $1,700, maybe $1,800 on some cars right out of the gate. But what we're doing is we're rounding down on every situation now to get our prices cheaper. And you might not think that's very much, but if we're talking about a $500 swing here right out the gate, and some of these cars, I mean, I'm only making $1,000 to $1,500 on most of them. That's a big percentage of a margin cut when you're talking about what we're initially trying to price. Now it has been, I think this the case is very successful with us, because once we started this new system, this new pricing strategy, we had a great month. 6 months before that, we didn't make any money in those 6 months. We didn't lose any, but we just weren't selling as many cars. And last month we killed it. So hopefully this new pricing strategy is going to be the thing that pushes us over the edge to be able to actually make some really good money. Inventory, having it here is going to help too. Seasonality of the car market last month is traditionally a little bit better month for car dealers anyway. All those things happened at the same time, so we can't really pinpoint exactly what happened and why we had a good month last month. This month, I think, is going to be the telltale sign. Is that the saying that I'm trying to look for here? But anyway, we don't have the seasonality bump that we had last month or the month before that. We have the inventory, so that's a good positive. We have our new pricing system, so hopefully with this being November, holidays coming up, we're traditionally a lot slower. I'm hoping that this inventory and the new pricing strategy actually helps us stay busy, but you have to stay tuned to actually see what happens and if we're able to move through a lot of this inventory. That I'm hoping it keeps up as far as how busy we are here, because I've been very worried. You've seen the titles. I'm worried. My worst nightmare. Car market's terrible. You've seen them all. You've seen all the titles. You know I've been concerned. All right, so check this one out. I love buying these Siennas, and this one's a 2004, and we paid $1,100 for it. This one, Nate's actually getting it ready to go take pictures of it now. We just had it cleaned up, so he's gonna take it out. And one thing that I'll point out, one thing I love is I love these vans, and at a time period where money is tighter for a lot of consumers, especially my consumers, the ones that buy $5,000 and under cars, but what they do is they gravitate more toward minivans instead of bigger SUVs. And even something like these two Explorers that I have behind me, families opt to go with minivans. Minivans are better on gas, so they're thinking more about the money that's going out as opposed to something that might look nicer, have more appeal as far as what they want to buy. They think more about needs instead of wants, and we're seeing that a lot more now, where we can sell minivans a little bit easier as pennies are pinched more. And one thing I want to point out about that van too is it didn't have hubcaps actually coming in here, and we just put them on there. One thing that's always been crazy to me is that even something as simple as hubcaps or a car not being cleaned, or a little bit like a rougher paint, not something terrible, but just little things like that can make dealers not want to bid on cars at auctions. And hubcaps are my favorite thing if they don't have on there, because it's such an easy fix. They cost like 15 bucks for us to actually put them on, but we can get a car for hundreds of dollars less just because it looks bad going through the lane. And that was one of those cases. Obviously, we just put those new hubcaps on it and took it on its way. So we're gonna go get pictures so we can get it back here on our lot and get it out here for sale. But just one thing I want to point out, that's what we try to look for at auctions. Any way we can save a few $100, or if a car that is usually out of our range, if there are minor defects just like that we can easily fix, that's what we want to look for at auction. And that Toyota Sienna, which usually Siennas go for way more than what we're able to pay for it. That one, only $1,100. Probably going to end up selling it for probably $2,500. And we'll have our buyer fee and everything, so we won't have just $1,100 in it. It's probably going to be somewhere $1,350. And I'll show you this. I love to buy a Lexus, Toyota, Honda, all these things. Very, very good cars. I like to have as many as possible on my lot. And this one is a GS300. There it is. It's a 2001. We paid $2,100 for it at auction. We have a buyer fee of $240, and after repairs and everything, we've got $2,353.60 in it. That's exactly what we have in it. We're selling it for $3,500. Just so you can know about the roundabout way that we price our cars is when we initially get a car, we try to mark it up about $1,500, but we want to round it to the nearest 500. A lot of car dealers, what they'll do, instead of doing this right here, they'll do $44.99. I don't like that, but I take it even a step further. I don't even like anything that's not a $500 or just a straight $4,000. So we'll round it to the closest whatever and that just ended up being $3,500 for that. So there's not really necessarily a rhyme or reason. Some cars we're going to make $1,153.26, and some cars we're going to make $828. Like, we don't try to just make a flat $1,000. But what it eventually rounds out to is we average somewhere around $1,000 a car. So what we'll do with our pricing is we'll come out and we'll try to hit that home run, round to the nearest 500, and then if it doesn't sell within 2 weeks, we'll drop it by 500. Doesn't sell another 2 weeks, we'll drop it by 500. So if you're checking out our prices, you're looking at how we actually do our pricing, how we do our price drops, it's exactly that. Very easy for my team to be able to do that, navigate. We got these strict rules in place, and we want to make sure that we're giving our customer a good deal, and the market will tell us that. If we don't sell in that 2 weeks, it's not a good deal, obviously, because no one bought it. So drop it by $200. $500, and then we're going to find that good deal for our consumer, and then that's where they're going to buy it at.